Okay, so here we are, we have Brad. I've selected a size from him based on his height and weight. The first thing in the fitting process for the suit is getting the bottom half on properly. Sounds obvious, but you've got to have the bottom half on properly, otherwise it won't flow through to make the shoulders fit properly. So I got Brad to put his foot into this little plastic bag, and he slides one leg on, transfer the plastic bag, slide the other leg on, and then basically he just needs to use small grabs of rubber to feed the rubber up and give himself a wedgie, and here he is, right out.
Ready to go.
Your other option to use when you're fitting the suit, sometimes ladies with long fingernails, or is to use some gloves. It's certainly not compulsory. Just what happens with wetsuits is if you really pull on them, what happens is they have a stress breaking point, and that's quite common. Is you'll see they look like fingernail holes. In some cases they actually aren't fingernails, they're just little stress points. So using gloves can help that, or just make sure you do lots of small pulls instead of giant pulls.
Beautiful. Okay, so we've got the bottom half on.
Done.
What's the next step?
Hands in.
Let's do it.
So we'll get Brad to put one hand in, and then he's going to slide that arm on. While he's sliding on, he'll put the Blue 70 has a pervious panel on the inside of the forearm, so he's going to slide using that motion. Yep. Perfect, mate. Yep.
Wow. So small little grabs.
Yep, small grabs. He's getting that pervious panel which sits on the inside of the forearm, so when Brad's actually in the water, he'll actually be able to feel the water with his forearm, which is what you should do as a swimmer.
Obviously we wouldn't wear the t-shirt normally, but we're going to leave that on today. It's a bit cold here.
Done.
Other side in. Slightly up. Small grabs. Always best if you haven't got a good grab on the wetsuit to let go and go again. Don't try and grab it with the fingernails.
That's right. So on a really warm day, just the suit won't slide as much. So that's when it becomes more applicable to make sure you do those small pulls. Right. So Brad's got the suit on here, so we can see it. Well, I can see it's a little bit low here on the front. So what we're going to get him to do right at this point, before I bring his sleeves up a little bit more, is Brad, we'll just get you to bend over at the waist. Just grab that roller material off your belly button. Keep hold of it. Yeah, pull it up. Yeah. Okay. Now what you do is you go right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand. Pull it up. Keep pulling up. Done.
It's always quite firm, which is fine.
Okay, I'm going to do this for Brad properly. Bend over, right? Okay, stand up. So, accentuating the wedgie, if you like, just getting that excess rubber off the stomach up onto the neck and shoulders. Lost his microphone. Okay, how's that? So, we'll just get Brad to kind of point at the camera here, and I'm just going to feed. Generally, the start point is typically about where your watch would sit. Everyone is obviously different, and the more you practice in your suit, the more you're going to know, okay, where exactly is my correct positioning point.
You'll also feel the rubber start to move up over the top of the shoulder, and it'll actually feel much more comfortable over your torso area.
Done. Okay, so shoulder blades together, Brad. So the Blue 70 has a reverse zipper, which is great for comfort, makes the neckline more comfortable, and it also makes it actually easier to get out of. With the reverse zipper, it means no one can actually undo you in the water as well. So we'll just have a look at that. So joined it together at the top, did it up. When you race, you just simply put the strap there like that, let that hang down. As we'll go through the exit later if you want. As he comes out, he's just going to flick that off and pull up to get out. So turn around, Brad. So let's have a look. Okay, so when you're in a wetsuit, it should feel like basically a compression garment with no restriction. Now, restriction can be twofold. It can be chest restriction in terms of breathing. The Blue 70 has an expansion panel here in the middle of the chest, so it does make it easier to breathe. And the second restriction we don't want is shoulder restriction. So, Brad, give the arms a swing.
So pretty good there.
Cool. So obviously
nice
there's
and
some
easy.
Great. So there's obviously rubber here, right? It's thin at 1 mil. Some of the base model suits have 2 mil, so they are harder to rotate because it's twice as much rubber versus your 1 mil. So yeah, look, this looks really good. Things I look for, looking in the small of Brad's back here, excluding the microphone, you can see it hugs his spine, which is really a really good indicator. Okay, that's right. And really now it comes to Brad is how comfortable is he in this suit? Because some people don't like the suits as they should fit. So in this case, Brad may choose to go half a size up, whatever it is. How's that feel, Brad?
Yeah, absolutely. It feels great. So obviously it's a little, quite firm. For me, it's probably a little firm around the neck area, so I probably would look to go half a size up if I was to go for definitely a long distance swim. But overall, easy to move my shoulders, easy to move the arm. Feels comfortable.
Cool.
It's not sloppy, which is important. So I always try and go a bit smaller and then work my way up rather than the other way around.
Yeah, that's right. And so things to look for if it's too big. If it's a really obvious one, if it's too big, it'll be too big here in the elbow joint. You'll also see lumping in the back of the zip. You just don't want to carry around water, right? If it's half a litre, well, why carry half a litre over a K or whatever it is? So, yeah, and the suit will always feel different in the water as well. And once you've had it a couple of times, had a couple of swims in it, you should know, okay, yeah, this is right for me. Some people also know, they buy a suit 3 months out from a race. Well, they know they're going to lean down a couple of kilos potentially before a race. So just all those small factors can make a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you get the chance to test a couple of suits in the lead up before you purchase one, always do that if the opportunity's there. So, Craig, thanks very much.
Excellent,
Feels
Brad.
great.
Excellent, mate.
There you go. How to fit a wetsuit.